Hey, Delisa here again with a little art journal video. You can watch me paint in here while we chat. As you can see, this time the framing and stuff is a little better. I figured out that to get the full screen of the recording there, that before I add the video clips into iMovie, I have to use the a different editing thing, the photo gallery edit thing on my iPad, to rotate the files, because even though while I'm recording my phone is in this position, for whatever reason, when I go to upload the video files, it turns them so that they are vertical instead of horizontal for some unknown reason. I haven't figured that part out yet. And then when I put them in iMovie, it crops them into that little square. So this is a little better. You can see my space is kind of messy and it's pretty crowded up. We're at the very edge of this table, and everything's all crammed into that little space, so I have to be careful not to knock my cups of water over. But definitely a better view this time. So now that I know what I need to do, I can do that with each video. Just go and rotate them before I put them into iMovie. If there is some way to rotate them in iMovie, change the aspect ratio or whatever. On iPad, I don't know what that is. I couldn't find it. I think maybe if you are using iMovie on like a laptop or desktop or something, it works a little differently, and you can change the aspect ratio of videos. But I don't have that. I just currently just doing as much as I can on this iPad, which is everything. So if the iPad can't do it, then it doesn't get done. But yes, this is a little face that I drew on one of the first pages in this art journal, just to get something started in here, because can't just sit around with the blank pages and let blank pages control what we're doing and keep us from doing things. So I decided I'd go back and paint her. And this journal, I think it has 100 and some pages in it, I want to say. And we're almost halfway through the year, and if I would have been keeping up with my journaling like I had planned at the beginning of the year, this journal would be almost full by now, pretty close to full. And I would be getting ready for a second journal for the second half of the year. But I've only journaled on a couple pages. I'm pretty behind, so I really need to get working on that and just get these pages filled up. And like I said, this journal is from Mellow Days. They're in France, and I will be needing to order a second one so that I have it on hand and ready to go for when I get this one filled up, because it can take them a while to get to the States. When I ordered this one, they were on back order, so I had to wait a really long time to get this one. But I'm glad I ordered it, even though I had to wait. It is watercolor paper in it. It does have a dot grid design if you want to use it for bullet journaling or whatever. But it's pretty good watercolor paper. It's holding up pretty well. I like to use a lot of water when I paint, so so far, even though I've only done a few pages, I'm really enjoying this journal, so I am going to get another one and just keep going and making these little journal spreads, and of course putting my photography in here also. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh my goodness. So, what can we talk about while you watch me paint this face in? It has been so long since I've drawn one of these faces, and so long since I've painted on one of these faces that I'm not doing a really great job. It's not awful, but I used to be better, and that's the thing. When you don't keep up your practices and doing these things, you kind of forget a little bit and kind of have to relearn and build up that skill again, which I definitely want to be doing. But as you can see, I keep going back and forth with different colors. I like to layer up colors on the faces for shadows, to create the highlight, so it's not like the white of the page necessarily isn't the highlighted part, but lighter colors and the shadows, and just layering up all these colors on top of each other. Yeah, that's how I like to do these little ladies. Yeah, I'm just really out of practice. But that's okay. That's what this journal is, to help me get back into practice with these. The beginning of next week, I will be on my road trip, so I will have some new photography and road trip video and content and things to share with you. I don't know how much video I'll be able to record on the trip. I do have two little action cameras, the generic GoPros that I'm gonna test out and see if I can get them to work. One is an old one, and I think it's just the battery is worn out, so I have another battery I can test it, and the other one is a new one that works fine as far as I'm aware, because it's new, and be testing out. So hopefully I'll have some video of the Washington coast and the Olympic National Forest to share with you. At least a few little clips, maybe not as long as video as this, but a little bit of something to share with that, and of course fresh photography to share. So that's something to look forward to. I know I'm definitely looking forward to it. I don't like how I did her eyes on this. I should have taken a little more time. But yeah, oh well, I'll take more time next time. Do one of these. But I like these little faces because they're pretty simple to sketch out, and it does help get something onto the page without feeling like I have to do like a really good proper portrait, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what I like there. But yeah, we're just gonna work through this whole journal, filling up these pages with different kinds of art things, these little watercolor paintings, maybe landscape ones, just abstract background stuff, and my photography, and journaling, weird little things. Yeah. And if you're interested in that sort of thing, then like and subscribe to follow along. Once on YouTube, I think once you get up to 1,000 subscribers, then you can do lives and stuff, and then we can do lives of art journaling things or lives of like crocheting and knitting things. Not so much of lives of photography, because when I'm doing photography, I'm way out in the woods somewhere. But or Q&As, energy workings, and different kind of things where we can come together. So if you're interested in any of that, it is important to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, and we'll see where this goes. I will hopefully keep getting better at making these videos over time. And it'll be good, right? And we can make art and do creative things together. You can also subscribe to my Substack if you're more interested in written things, because I do use Substack kind of like a blog slash newsletter. So there's written things there, and I do have a podcast there if you like to just listen to things. It's not the same audio as is here on these videos. It is different. So if you're interested in that, if you like to listen along to things and not necessarily sit and watch things, there's that over on the Substack, and I will put the link to that down below. So yeah, we just got a few minutes here. I'm gonna add a little more shadows onto her, because I was thinking that her nose was looking a little weird. So put some more shadow on it, more contour, as if like this was a makeup video. But when I was first learning to paint these faces, watching the contour makeup video tutorial things was one of the ways that I learned how to do the shadows and highlights on the faces of my little portraits here, my little paintings. So if you are painting faces and kind of struggling with where to put your highlights and shadows in your paintings, check out the makeup tutorial videos. All right, I will see you next time.